plus more.
That seems like
It's a Midwest thing.
a cinnamon roll with chili, Alex Puckett.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I like it. I'm just saying it is a thing.
Wow.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Skyline chili, yes.
Yeah, sure.
No.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
No, we're not doing
Hey,
that's-
David Lamb, Ani is back with us. It's so great to see you. Thanks so
you.
much. Alex Puckett here as well. Appreciate you being with us as well on what is a cold Monday morning.
Yeah, it is ridiculous, quite frankly. If we wanted to live in Detroit, we would move there.
We'd sign up for that,
But
wouldn't
here
we?
we are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so you were talking about my wife made chili that we're going to eat. She made it last night, so
It's a good week for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It's a good
Nailed it.
choice.
Nailed it.
Sonia
Yeah.
Sharp. But you're saying some people they put chili in their cinnamon rolls?
Well, no, you have a bowl of chili, but instead of like some crackers or something, it's like a Midwest thing. You just put a cinnamon roll in there to eat
Okay,
with it.
Midwest-
I'm not a fan of it.
Midwest meaning like the
Like
Dakotas?
Kaggle?
I think a little south of there maybe, but it is.
Nebraska?
Yeah, I think
Iowa?
we're kind of getting in that.
I don't
in that
like the
realm.
mix with the sweet and the savory.
I'm not a. Yeah, I don't.
like.
Can I bring
Pick
one
your
more?
lane.
We were talking about Skyline chili, which is big in Ohio, like Cincinnati. And I got it once driving through. It's spaghetti with chili on it, but there is cinnamon in that.
There is,
Or
yeah.
is it nutmeg?
It looks. Anytime I see
Good,
it,
though, with a pile of cheese.
No, I can't. I can't get
Haterism is
behind it.
strong here. I can't get behind
I
it.
cannot get behind it.
All right, now that we got that out of the way.
I don't know about that either.
Cinnamon roll and
All right,
chili.
it's you think it's cold here? Just go north a little bit.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's rough.
What did Nashville? Like Jimmy Carter had family in Nashville, our entertainment reporter,
Ice
and he was
storm.
talking about what they saw. But
Yeah,
look at
snow
this,
and ice
man.
up there.
Oh, that's cute.
I know.
Make a little snow person. No, that's not nice to do that.
And then look at
Yeah,
that. Imagine
People
driving
in Nashville and a lot of communities were dealing with this, where you heard trees cracking
Yeah.
and falling and
Right.
damage. Like we remember when we've had those ice storms in the past, where that's so terrifying, taking down power lines, so you're without
And-
power. And
As bad as it is for them, I'm glad that we didn't deal with that here. Like again, it was some of the worst ice I think in freezing rain. So I was like Oxford, Mississippi, and it was awful. I mean,
Yeah, it
trees
was.
coming
Yeah,
down
I
left
saw
and right,
some video of that,
nasty
yeah.
stuff. So again, I'm glad that we didn't deal with that here, but obviously thoughts for the folks who were
Look at
dealing
that.
with that.
Well,
kind of stuff.
and they're having fun. That's cute. That's
That
a
is
cute.
cute.
My kid, I have two of my kids live in New York City, and they got blanketed with
Yeah.
snow. But whatever, no big deal for them. But several southern states did get like an unusual amount of snow. right?
Texas, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Well, and again, we're talking not just snow, but the more impactful thing from this event was the freezing rain and ice, which was a huge deal.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
And the town had a snowplow. I'm like, did they borrow that?
Did
they check
they?
that out from the library? Like, where did you?
Wow.
They just had that in Jim's garage back
I bet
there.
they had to
and
jump
said-
that thing off.
Did
They use that.
Like, I was so dead. Been 20 years. I
Yeah.
know this Greenville. I can't remember where it was, but
You've got a Jeep. We could like duct tape a couple of shovels to the front.
Sure, we could get out there. Just hang on to the bumper, guys.
How,
Sweep.
how excited do you think that somebody in that transportation department when they were pulling out that?
Told y'all.
Oh man!
I told y'all.
Some fella named Jim.
Jim's
he
like,
couldn't sleep that night. He was ready.
They laughed at
He
me.
was ready to go.
He was ready. Jim was out
North
there.
Alabama, some black ice concerns. The National Guard on duty in North Alabama.
Yes, it's not great up there, especially northwest Alabama. Still some ice in the roads. It has been pretty nasty in the far northern end of the state, and again, especially northwest Alabama. Even as far southeast as like Marion County, Lamar County, we have seen some more significant issues in the roads. But for us here in central Alabama, outside of a couple of isolated slick spots, we haven't had any major problems.
Yeah, the old cautionary tale here about black ice. The video
18
you see.
Yeah, the 18-wheeler that was off that you just saw in that video. You watch the videos of people losing control, especially on interstates, and those 18-wheelers sliding, I mean, like that right there. Can you imagine seeing that coming at you?
Yeah.
That's just terrifying.
I think you'd get in touch with your maker
I
right
would.
about then.
Dear Lord.
I'm trying to see what
Please
road
help
that
me.
is. It may be. I'm thinking that's either 565 or 72.
Yeah, it's
Up in
hard to
North
say. It does,
Alabama.
yeah, it does look like that.
So-
All right, but how about us, Alex Puckett? What do we have going on?
We've been watching the radar this morning because there have been a couple of snow flurries out there. Those should be winding down by about now. But certainly it is cold out there, and that's the big story. Temperatures in the teens and 20s right now. Wind chills today will top out in the teens and 20s. Right now, still some single digits over North Alabama, that wind chill. And high temperatures for a lot of us at or below freezing this afternoon. You see that wind to the northwest through the rest of the day, 10 to 15 miles an hour. So that is going to make it feel incredibly cold all day long. Here's your wind chill. This is noon, ranging anywhere from about 20 to 25 to some folks still down into the teens. Your peak, your warmest, teens and 20s for the wind chill, and then we'll be back down into the teens and single digits for a wind chill overnight tonight,
Tuesday
into tomorrow morning. So the incredibly cold weather continues through today, tonight, and into tomorrow morning. Here's your actual air temperatures. Now, the wind does let up some tonight, so the wind chill isn't as big of a factor compared to the air temperature, but we're ranging between 8 and 15 tomorrow morning. So incredibly cold, pipe bursting kind of cold. So make sure you're taking protections there. Obviously, people and pets need a warm place through today and tonight. We get a nice big warm up there Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings into the 20s before we're back into the teens with another shot of cold air by Saturday morning. So incredibly cold weather going to continue. We're weather aware through today and tonight for that dangerous cold. Make sure you're taking precautions with this. We do make it above freezing tomorrow. 40s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday afternoons. Morning lows in the 20s, but then that reinforcing shot of cold air drops highs into the 30s and morning lows into the teens for the weekend. We finally see a couple of 50s there towards the middle of next week, but it's going to be a long time before things start to warm back up.
I can't get off my mind pets and people. You think about someone who has a drafty house. Maybe they don't have power, their heat source. That is hard to recover with temps like that. And I know we've got the warming stations are open, like the Jimmy Hill Mission, but not everyone will go to those. Some people just want to be in their home. Yeah. And animals, there was a report on the scanner this morning of 2 dogs that had been left outside overnight. You know, it just baffles the mind why anyone would do that.
Obviously, we're dealing with this cold. They're also dealing with this kind of cold, or even colder, further north and west, where we do have lots of power outages, trees down, and so that's a concern for them too. That people who have adequate heating in their home and everything could have problems with this because they may not have power.
Right.
So we possibly the low could be below freezing over the next 10 days. I mean, 33 is the low there.
Yeah, I think it's likely that at least through the rest of this week and into the start of next week, we're still below freezing each and every night, and quite a bit so. Again, some teens.
Yeah, some of those are brutal.
Really, really cold.
We're going to be thankful for those 50s, aren't we?
Yeah, we
are.
are.
All right, before we go to break, I got a quick question for you, kind of a science-y question.
Okay.
So, did the wind help with the black ice issues? Because fortunately, Kristen reporting, there's just not any widespread black ice challenges. Did the wind we have help with that, or what's the explanation?
Yeah, even after ice forms, if it's nice and windy, you still get evaporation ongoing.
Okay.
Even with something that's frozen, you're still going to, the dry air will win out. It takes longer. But the wind last night, as the rain ended, that took care of a lot of the moisture on the roads. And so kind of what we're left with are going to be, things like potholes, dips in the road that just kind of hold a puddle. Those are going to be where you see some black ice. But most of our roads dried off, and so that's why we don't have too many issues. The exception, again, northwest Alabama, where they already had ice on the road from freezing rain, and we weren't really able to evaporate all that. So parts of Marion, Lamar, Fayette counties, still some treacherous roads this morning. But for a lot of us, if you're going slow, keep it steady, keep it safe, you're going to be okay.
And I was 10 and 2 this morning driving.
Yeah, it was. I was on watch. Yeah, after all the warnings. All right, more on the winter weather that seems to have a stranglehold on us and how it's affecting life here in Central Alabama. We'll get to that at the other side of this break.
You're watching CBS 42 Plus Mornings.
Welcome back in to CBS 42 Plus Mornings. David Lamb, Andre Dundenberg, meteorologist Alex Puckett here with you. Getting you through this Monday, and it may be starting kind of rough but it's going to stay cold. So.
But at least it will be consistently
Yes.
rough through
I was trying
the
to.
entire day.
Yeah, trying to. Now,
It's like you were like, there's going to be some improvement. Then you're like, not that much.
I just bailed. I couldn't even go
No,
there.
I appreciate the attempt. That's pretty good.
All right, all of the interesting weather causing, boy, the cancellations, delays. That list is long.
Can you think about if you were in charge of a school system trying to make that call and knowing how cold it was going to be and that the rain and the cutoff time and all of that, they just said, you know what, a lot of schools said, we're not going to open, or they're delayed a few hours, or they're online. And I'm looking on, you can find it on our website, cbs42.com, or the CBS 42 app, whichever you prefer. Jefferson County, I mean, that list is very, very long. I mean, everything from the Department of Health, Birmingham City Schools. Oh, that's
Disregard.
okay. That's when we intercepted the salt
That
truck.
is-
You see that? We're like, we got him.
That's why schools are canceled.
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, because
Black
of the threat
ice
of ice.
concerns.
Jefferson County schools are closed. Trussville City schools, Fairfield City. I mean, the list goes on and on. This is my favorite.
Okay.
This is the most pleasant school closing. Glad Tidings Christian Academy will be closed today. So students, we bring you
That is glad tidings, isn't it?
yeah.
No school.
Right. Yay.
Yeah.
UAB opening at 10 a.m. And the list goes on and on and on. Shelby County, I think they went virtual. Anyway, be sure and check this list out. If you're a parent, you probably already know, but I just like reading through it to see which schools decide. Most of them are closing, some 2-hour delay.
It was
or-
a long enough list that included so many people that I kind of made the executive decision this morning. I'm not going to do the bus stop forecast because I don't think anybody's going to the bus stop
there are
at
no-
the time that you would normally go.
It may be easier to tell the schools that will be open
Yeah,
today. We'll go
probably
do
so.
that. So, check that list out.
And AlDOT, this video here of them treating roads, AlDOT and the LEA both really warning folks. We had Captain Jeremy Burkett on this morning about 6:30 or so, just talking about what parts of the state were struggling, where there were challenges. He said the worst of it was in North Alabama and specifically Northwest Alabama.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's kind of where the hardest hit part of the state, I guess, right?
It was, and that's where we had some of the biggest problems, through the event over the weekend, and it's where we've still got some of the biggest problems this morning. But again, you got to watch out for any isolated slick spots. The sunshine today, even though we lose, we don't necessarily get above freezing, the sunshine helps us out too.
Okay.
Well, that's nice. It'll be a sunny day. So we got that
And
going
that
for
part
us.
of Northwest Alabama also, the hills and everything, there's just a recipe there for some
Mm-hmm.
challenges.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, Delta stepping up to help
Isn't that nice?
Birmingham and Huntsville.
Yeah, they're sending extra crews to Huntsville's airport, to our airport in Birmingham, also to Atlanta, Nashville, and Knoxville. So my first question was, why are they sending extra crews? Well, de-icing crews are also helping with baggage, if you've got employees who can't get to work and all of that. So I thought, well, how nice is that? De-icing, vital. We're big fans of de-icing.
It's important.
Lamb has a great de-icing story because he said, I've done that to planes.
I had a couple of other jobs before I got into this line of work, and the post office was one of them
that's
while in
fun.
college, and also I worked at the airport, and I actually dropped out of school, and I went and I was working full time at the airport, which was fine. I mean, the summer months was kind of hot, but it's fine. One of the coldest days in Birmingham history, like the top 10 coldest days in history, I was working and de-icing the plane. And so you go from one end, you have like a spray up there.
So
They
you're on
lift
the
you-
ground spraying it, or they lift you up?
No, you get lifted up, yeah. And so
Okay.
you're spraying from one end to the other. So it is, you
like
got
washing.
goggles on, the wind is blowing, so it's blowing in your face, right? And I'm sure that's great for your skin.
You
That's
need a respirator probably now.
Probably so.
Law demands
but I
it.
make it from one end of the plane to the other, and it's awful, terrible. Like, it's so, my hands are cold on like this little gun,
Yeah.
spray gun thing. I get to the end, and I'm like, I'm done. You guys can do the rest. And as I'm coming down, the radio says, hey, it's already icing at the other end. Need another layer. So I had to go all the way back.
And do it really quick.
And I decided right then and there, I'm going back to school. I admire. I said this. No, it was freezing. It was just miserable.
Was this at the Birmingham
It
airport?
was at the Birmingham
imagine
airport.
if you were, at like Midway or something, and that's every other day.
Start
Yes.
over.
Yeah.
Start over. Start over.
Yeah, I wonder.
What is that made out of? Is there
Some kind of fuel. I mean, at that point,
It's
this
not
was the
just a
80s,
salt
so
brine
I don't
kind of
know that we were. I don't know we were very environmentally
Pesticides.
compliant.
Yeah.
Probably.
As long as the plane
Yeah,
was
some
able
sort
to take
something
off.
with diesel fuel and other
Oh.
stuff. Yeah,
When
it's
I've been on a
miserable.
plane that's being de-iced, my thought is the same fear. Now you've unlocked that fear and brought it back to the forefront of my mind is, well, shouldn't they go back and start over? Because by the time you get to the back, the front is. So my sister works for Delta. And if anyone approaches me outside of this, I will deny ever saying where she worked. But she was set to fly to Dallas Friday. And I'm like, what time are you getting? Is it a layover or is it just a stop and get, and then you take back off again? And it was a layover in Dallas Friday. I guess it was Friday. I'm like, this doesn't look good. And so later she said, they sent us home, which for home for her is in Washington State. And I'm like, well, that's good news. And she goes, well, no, that's $500 off my paycheck. I would have thought that they'd pay you, if you're because some people fly there. Maybe you she used to live in San Diego area, and LAX was her base, or you live in Salt Lake, and Vegas is your base. So you fly to your job, and then you're sent home. So how about that? She goes, well, it's mixed because you get to go home, and I have to fly in this. So. She said she had to go back to work today. I said, where are you flying? She said, Chicago. I'm like, that sounds equally as pleasant.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, but
What
it's
a
the temperature there
Yeah.
in Chicago, I guess.
So
yeah.
cold.
tough time of
But
year.
yeah,
man.
that's a hit to the paycheck, too.
And there were thousands of flights canceled. We had an interview that we had scheduled for today or tomorrow, and the person we're set to interview said, my flight has been canceled. I don't know when. I can't commit
Ever.
to anything. I don't know when we're going to get out of here.
Sometime in March.
Yeah. So it's creating havoc for sure. All right, we're going to take another break, but whenever we come back, update on how the city and shelters are responding, because like you said, Alex, it's going to be freezing cold all week long. So we'll have that on the other side of this break.
You're watching
All right.
CBS
Let's come on
42
back.
Okay,
Plus.
mics are on. Let's
42
come on
plus
back
mornings.
All right, welcome back in CBS 42 Plus Mornings. David Lamb, Andre Lindenberg is back, and Alex Puckett. Glad to see you back.
Thank
we
you.
missed you.
I'm glad to be back.
It was not the same, was it, Alex?
No.
It's not. It's
For
not
those of
nearly
you
as much
wondering,
fun.
I climbed Everest.
You did. It was
It took me a few
amazing.
days. I know, you
It
didn't
was
expect me to say.
amazing.
When are
That's
you
what
gonna
I've been
When are you
doing.
gonna go for K2?
Alex, let's just stick with Everest. One marathon was enough.
Get it going. Get it going. All right. Yeah. Covering the weather. You guys are going to have much more all throughout the week because you're going to be watching this because the temperatures are so cold and
Yeah, really cold.
yeah, and just bless their hearts of anyone who is out in this. But Jimmy Hill Mission is open for them.
And think about this now. Jimmy Hill Mission opens when the weather is below freezing, so below, which is basically our week ahead.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how they do need supplies. They're washing, 1,800 blankets that they had to
Yeah,
wash and
yeah.
dry and
All the food.
and put back out. The food that they need, utensils, water bottles. Think of everything that they need there. This is a great time if you have winter coats to take to them, if you have water bottles, if you're going to Costco or Sam's, pick up some wherever. Anything you can do to help out the Jimmy Hill Mission, because think of the number of adults and children they are helping. And I'll tell you, I went downtown to talk to the executive director of the Jimmy Hill Mission, and it was 20-something out, and my fingers didn't last for very long before they were burning. I was whining is what I was doing.
It's a good reason.
But can you imagine trying to help so many people who, after a while, many who would not ordinarily go are going to go?
Yeah.
Because there's only so much you can take of that sustained temperature. So any way you could help the Jimmy Hill Mission, please reach out to them or take those supplies down there.
And here's why we're showing the lows and kind of the temperatures of what we're going to be seeing, Alex, here for a good little while. A cold week ahead of us.
Yeah. Today a lot of us don't get above freezing. Tonight down to the teens, and then those morning lows. That's what you're looking for. So Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, Friday morning, 20s. Teens again, Saturday, Sunday morning, and then 20s Monday and Tuesday morning of next week, with finally some 30s there as we start to get a little relief from the cold by the middle of next week. But it is going to be a really cold stretch. Man. Those high temperatures today, again, a lot of us below freezing, 40s. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then back into the 30s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's a shot. We'll see how things come in over the next few days. There's a shot that there will be some folks, again, that go below freezing Friday night and then don't get above it Saturday.
So those warnings, the pipes, plants,
it kind of continues
all week long.
It does, but I would caution and say I think the worst of it is today and tonight.
Right.
And then again over the weekend. Those are where we have our biggest concerns, particularly with pipe bursting cold.
Yeah.
It usually takes a lot to get to that for us. But again, today into tonight and again over the weekend. We'll be watching out for that.
And in my house, we already went ahead and got the quilts out and quilted off the 2 openings into the den with the fireplace. I mean, I know we're not under a winter storm or anything like that, but just to
you
have
move the base of operations.
Base of operations, and the quilts are down, and just keep the heat in there and not worry about the entire house. Yeah.
Stay warm for sure. You guys will be back today at 11.
Yeah, we'll take a deeper dive. We'll talk about this winter storm. We'll talk about our cold forecast. We've also got, severe weather that occurred with this system over parts of South Alabama.
Yeah.
Likely a tornado in the town of Geneva. Some severe weather over towards Foley and Montgomery, too. So we're going to talk about all that stuff and sort of take a deep dive into this storm system.
They're not very warm right now either, are they?
No, cold air is pushing in everywhere now.
Yeah, we'll be back 4:30, bright and early tomorrow morning. Thanks, guys.
By choice.
By choice.
We do this out of love.
That's right. We do. We love it. See ya.